Hello everyone! Today we're going to be jumping back into historic Brawl with Xenagos, God of Revels. Now Xenagos is a 5-mana, 6/5 creature with Indestructible, but as long as our devotion to red and green is less than 7, he won't be a creature, he's going to be an enchantment instead. Additionally, at the beginning of combat on our turn, we're going to get to choose a creature that we control and give it haste and +X/+X, where X is that creature's power. So, as you can imagine with this, our game plan is fairly straightforward. Our early turns and our low mana spells are for ramping and for protecting our creatures, stopping our opponent's removal and things like that. And then we make it up towards the high end of our deck where we have our game-winning threats. Things like Galta with Xenagos' ability will have a 24/24 trample creature, which we can cast for extra cheap since the power of our other creatures is going to be so high. We also have World Spine Worm. This is going to be a 30/30 trample haste. That's going to be absolutely insane. Zapandrel is actually really good in this deck as well. Not only is Xenagos going to be essentially doubling the power of our creatures, but Zapandrel will as well, giving us even more power, which is absolutely insane on some of our trampling threats. A bunch of other spells as well. Tooth and Nail can fetch any 2 creatures, which, I mean, if we can resolve this spell, we'll end the game. If we have Xenagos on the battlefield, easy as that. And then we also have a couple of other things to help us out in the late game as well. We've got some card draw. So with the expertise, we could draw cards, cast a spell with mana value 5 or less. That's going to be very strong, especially considering the power of our creatures is going to be so big. We also have Return of the Wild Speakers, where we can do that same exact thing. Now, if you guys have been enjoying my content, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on my latest videos. If you do enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like. Let's go ahead and see how this deck does. Alright, opponent going first. This is a keepable starting hand, though. So we're looking at a combo deck here, most likely. I'm gonna start with the Confluence so we can get Llanowar Elves for our green. Next turn we can go for the Power Stone. Just gonna try and ramp as quickly as we can. Power Stone. And we've got it, alright. Things are already looking pretty good for us. We have our Invasion for some extra ramp. Can also do some filtering. Interesting. Let's go with the Tap Castle. Play out Xenagos. So now we're slowly getting there. I think next we go the Invasion, filtering away the Veil. Okay, opponent's ramping. I think it would also be good to see a creature here. Tooth and Nail. Alright, Tooth and Nail is really good. Now, let's see. We do need 2 more mana before this is insane, so let's go with the Invasion first. And we'll discard Veil. Then go ahead and play out an LA here. Things are looking really good for us. Okay. Yep. Let's see what they end up finding. Swiftfoot Boots. Alright, I'm fine with that. And another tapped land, so we should be all free to go for Tooth and Nail next turn. Yep, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna choose both. Auto-pay. And let's just grab, I don't know, these 2. Move to combat. And swing out. That's a lot of damage. Alright. Opponent goes first, but this looks like a good starting hand. I'm more than willing to keep. We're playing up against Big Italy. We've got one of those in our deck as well. So far, things are looking pretty okay for us. Let's go ahead and already starting off with better ramp than our opponent. Next turn, we'll get out the Gwenna. Sure. That's fine. Here's Gwenna. You got the Elder Gargaroth next turn. Could be good. That's going to enable Entish Restoration for us. Getting those extra lands. Nice. Yeah, opponent is ramping as well. We are eventually going to have to look out for Atali. Atali can hit some of our big creatures. That could be a problem. Let's go the Gargaroth. Untap Gwenna. Carry it did, yeah. And then we're gonna keep up the Elvish Mystic because we do have Tamiya's safekeeping here. Okay, opponent casts a Tali. Fingers crossed they hit something bad in our deck. Okay, could be worse. Interesting, so that's going to give some more Atali ETB triggers. That's not fantastic for us. So let's go Xenagos, untap. You can go Zapandrel here. I kind of like this, actually. Let's go next. Double. 24. Swing. This should force something to happen. Do I want to draw a card? Do I want to gain some life? What do I want to do here? I think we're just going to go with the creature. The creature's going to be stronger. Okay, opponent's down at 5. We are in a really good spot here. We definitely have lethal on board. Yep. Get your copy of Atali. Okay, Arcane Signet from us. Topiary Stomper for them. So far, that's not going to be enough to get around this. Yep. 5 mana. Attacking is also going to be very difficult for them, because it's each combat on Zapandrel here. Sure, Dracuset, that's fine. We've got it, alright! Okay, and here we are playing into the Scarab God. Now we have an interesting choice here. I kind of like this. We'll keep this. It's a little slow, but it'll be okay. Best case here, we'll draw a forest. Nope, alright. We'll play the tap land. That's fine. Functionally, we could have played a mountain and then forest next turn, but having access to green mana, if we draw another green source, is going to be ultimately better for us next turn. Okay. Let's play our more expensive single mana door. Then next turn, we've got Cultivate, Delighted Halfling, maybe. We've got some options. Looking good. No blocks. Yeah, so let's go Cultivate here. Gonna go for double greens. Green. Delighted Halfling. We're in a pretty good spot. Maybe we go for Xenagos next turn. We can go Goreclaw. Proud Wildbonder is a fun one, but we don't have our trample creature yet. Just gonna take the damage. I do want to be on the lookout for a potential counterspell here. Yeah, okay, so Copperline Gorge, we can have this enter tapped. Let's go play a non-counterable Xenagos. Thanks, Delighted Halfling. Nice. Somebody didn't read what Delighted Halfling does. Okay. This is fine. Amassing some zombies. No blocks. Just keep taking damage. Let's go Castle Garenbrick. Goreclaw. See, do we want to play this out, or... I think we go Return of the Wild Speaker and draw a ton of cards. So let's go Pump Goreclaw, swing like this. Yep. Now let's go ahead and draw 9 cards. We do have to discard 4 here. Let's go... Snakes in Veil. Veil of Summer is actually going to be pretty good for us. A Mountain, Great Hall. And then what else do we want to get rid of? I don't think we're going to need Gwen anymore. Now things are looking really good for us here. Primeval Titan is going to be really strong. Next turn. Thrun, also really good. Thrun is going to have Indestructible. You can play out a couple of different options. Okay, Defiler of Vigor is also really good here. So let's go Defiler of Vigor first. Okay. And now, let's go this guy. We're going to pay the life. Let's see. Do I want Primeval Titan as well? I think I do. We'll just play this normally. Yeah, we'll take action, look for our lands. Let's grab a Command Tower and Nykthos. Alright. Let's bump this up to 16. Swing like this. So now our opponent has to do some blocking here, and I didn't do the math tentatively, but let's see, 5, 7, or 5, that's 9, 2, 4, 5, yeah, this should be lethal. Alright, here are the blocks. This is fine. Assign damage as though it was not blocked. Yes, please. We're just gonna go straight face. Alright, and here we are on the play into Tom Bombadil. This looks like a good enough starting hand, so I don't really have an issue with it. It's a little bit slow. Our biggest choice now is whether we want Cultivate or Fable first. I think we go Fable first. Okay, Mana Confluence. Be more than happy to see our opponent losing some life. Brings us closer. This makes Ghalta lethal if we do draw into the Ghalta Xenagos combo. Let's go Fable here. We can play it slow. Next turn we've got Cultivate. Boseiju is a great draw. I think we can get rid of Expertise. And we replace it with Return of the Wild Speaker. Make our treasure token. Now here's the pro gamer move here. You cast your Cultivate before you hit your land drop for turn. I see. We have a choice. I'm gonna play the Boseiju here, just so we can play the Elvish Mystic. I think the ramp is gonna be more important. Because Xenagos Atali is gonna be really strong for us. Having Atali, then Return of the Wild Speaker to draw some more cards. Okay, we'll go ahead and flip that. We can just cast a Tali here. But I think it's going to be better to go Xenagos. Give our Reflection haste. Might as well deal some damage. End the turn here. And then next turn we've got a Tali. Perfect. Yeah. Let's see the World Tree here as their spell. I mean, there's no way they don't play the World Tree. Perfect. So that's a tap land. So now we're in the clear. So let's go Atali. Snakeskin Veil. They're gonna buff Atali, and we've got it! Alright, good game. Alright, and on the play. Now this is a nice starting hand, but it has no ramp, so we're gonna go ahead and mulligan. This is gonna be much better. Plus Worm Coil. Xenagos Worm Coil is gonna be really strong. We're playing into Vorinclex, so let's show them what the better ramp deck is. Prove the power of Gruul over mono green. So right off the bat, we're gonna start with Llanowar Elves. It's gonna let us play Gwenna next turn. Or we can Cultivate. We're gonna play Gwenna. We're already ramping much faster than our opponent. Yep. Bankbuster, sure. Gonna play out Xenagos. Untap. Double Gwenna. Swing for 6. And we've got it! Alright! Alright. Opponent goes first. This is a fine starting hand, though. I don't mind keeping it. We're playing into Sarkhan. So, lots of dragon synergies here. Let's just start with a forest. Now, why forest over mountain? Just because we have Tamiyo's safekeeping, and it targets a permanent, which could be our land. Let's go Cold Steel Heart. We're gonna pick green for this. We have our Goblin for next turn. Could be very strong. Okay, a Braid, that's fine. Castle Garenbrick. End turn. Okay, yeah, more dragon synergies. This is fine. Yeah, we'll take that damage. Questing Beast is going to be really strong for us. Now if we lose our guy here, that's fine. We get Xenagos. Okay, we'll go ahead and double. Deal that 4 damage. And slowly start chipping away. Troll King could be really strong for next turn. Questing Beast is also very strong since it'll kill Sarkhan.
Look at the open sky. That's where let's
Yeah, I think we go Questing Beast, kill Sarkhan. At least that feels correct. We can hold up safekeeping as well. Yep, Questing Beast. Move to combat. Go ahead, deal 8 damage to our opponent. Got Vigilance, Sarkhan dies.
and won't bow out graciously.
Okay, end the turn here, holding up Tamiyo's safekeeping. So we can get 6 mana off the castle next turn. Could be really strong for us. Can go for the Feasting Troll. Feasting Troll's gonna just be a little bit bigger when it comes to trample. Force blocks. Sure. Yep, looks good. And we find a forest as well. Let's go Feasting Troll. Okay. Go ahead, double this guy, give him haste. Move to combat. Now this is something our opponent has to deal with. And we've got it. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed. Now this deck is the quintessential Gruul deck. You do exactly what Gruul wants to do. You focus on going face. You play big creatures. You make those creatures bigger and you make them go fast. And you hit your opponent for a ton of damage. Just remember, in your early games, you definitely want to be focusing on ramp. But while you're doing that, don't be afraid to use your mana dorks to deal 1 or 2 damage to your opponent's face. Even attacking with Land of War Elves could make a difference if you get your opponent from 25 down to 24 for Galta later. Aside from that, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you have any ideas for another deck you want to see me play, why don't you let me know in a comment down below. I'll see you all next time.